welcome everyone to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So NC State's offense will go on the attack first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
Turning it on! He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves him in second and manageable. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The give to the back. He's in open space downfield. Lots of running room. How about that play on the ground? They get him out of bounds at the 34.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to... between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Grabbed in the middle. It's Boston.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll run the sneak for it.
3rd and 1. Everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Trying play action. Catch in the middle. It's Green. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And
he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack!
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone, it's Payne. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Irish offense comes out. First chance we've had to see them today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. They want to run this quarterback. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Off play action on first down. They get to him as he throws. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And they move on top with the extra. Seven to 6. They march 78 yards down the field. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Finding an escape route. So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Got the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Pocket breaking down. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. We got a tight one early, and they go back on. Holding a 7-6 lead. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll run the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that round.
Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to pass. It's Murphy. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Young. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain.
All right, 2nd quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Bringing the heat. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. He's got him this time. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
When you get man coverage, you definitely like taking advantage of the inside really quickly. Running a nice slant rack real quick, being physical, getting on the inside, quarterback putting it right on the mark.
He's got it. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They'll run it from the gun. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win Fall forward, get that good game, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
All right, defensive ends, you've got to do a better job not getting too far up the field on these pass rush situations. You've got to be able to retrace. You can get to the level of the quarterback, then you've got to slow yourself down under control.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they kick it through for the extra point, and they have an 8-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. They'll leave it with the lone back. Good surge up front, give him 4 out to the 18.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Grabbed behind the line. It's Hutchinson. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Lofts one high and deep. Down to 2 minutes to play in the 1st half, and it has been a dandy. A chance to perhaps get this game tied up before the break. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here come the Irish back on offense. Guys, it's been an entertaining 1st half. Not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good 1st half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this 1st half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the 2nd half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
Working that wide receiver screen. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Notre Dame now facing 3rd and inches. Working that left side now. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down here for the offense. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Murphy. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Touchdown, Irish! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quickly complete. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
going to sling it on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Green. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. They're dealing with a second and long. Looking to fire. Got a man. It's Hutchinson. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Blasted as he lets it go. Hits the open man. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Rushes on him. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Trying to bowl his way in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, NC State!
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
And the point after is good. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on 1st down. Pressure coming. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. And it's no good. Boy, they could have used that field goal to draw a little closer, but still an 8-point game. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll start the return inside his spot. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll open the second half on the ground. He has the first and still on his feet. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41. That's the good gain there. The Irish, after ripping off a huge chunk on the ground, will try to keep Big Mo rolling. They're going to ride this running back.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Really good coverage by this defense. They were aware of everyone on the field and including the running back. A lot of times those guys get lost in the shuffle, but they saw him. They knew the ball was going to him. They braked on it, did a good job, and got in his face just enough to cause him to lose some focus and drop that football.
Flips it out to the back. They've got enough for for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Makes the grab. It's Edwards. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Off the play fake. He tries to take the top off. Makes the grab right down the middle. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Bailey. Makes the catch. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Hutchinson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The noise level is relentless here on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Hutchinson. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And I tell you what, why would you not do this? I love it. Short yardage situation, get your QB sneak. You've already got everything going. You got a few first downs. You got that momentum on your side. Just get the first down, get that new set of downs. Now, if you want to go attack now.
Power football with the run. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the move, it's Edwards. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. This crowd rising up, sensing that his defense needs some help. Into the end zone, and he's got it. Touchdown, North Carolina State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
This drive will start from the 19-yard line. They'll try the run. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They go to the wide receiver screen. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap kick. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. And the penalty will be accepted. The offense says thank you very much. Second down coming up. Motion from the wideout. The play action fake. Here comes the Heat. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Looking for his man in the middle. Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The pull and throw off the RPO.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
To the air, it's Bailey. Back open in the middle. There he goes. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Well, this guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him. B, getting it to him quickly. And
he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolfpack.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
He's looking to throw. It's complete to the left. Not quite going to get there, and he couldn't get this game tied up.
Notre Dame, 28, NC State, 27.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. One final play before the end of the quarter. Give to the running back. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The give from the gun. Got enough for the first down. Out across the 30, marked down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Here's a Heat. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the fourth, a chance to move on top with a score. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the ground. He's got it again. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Wolfpack! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Give to the single back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Young. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And here comes the offense on second down. Let's go. Wants to go up top. Finds his tight end. There he goes. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Got it set up on the outside. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
How nice is it to know, man, late in the ball game when I need it, I can keep the football on the ground, not get super complicated, pound the rock, get in the end zone, and take the lead.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on second and short. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Hutchinson. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let it.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. To the air, it's Bailey. The pressure, and he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Great place to start for this offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Irish!
That is how it's done. Great job by this offense. And because of the score and the time, you kick the extra point because you're going to make them go down the field, have to score, and get a 2-point conversion to tie this football game. Great drive by this offense.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Back to throw, it's Bailey. With the catch, it's Boston. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, bad news, he didn't get the 1st down there. The good news, though, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They still have 1 timeout, so there's a lot of time still in this 2-minute situation to march down the field and get a score.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Looks as if NC State has a 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Wide open downfield. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. To the air on 1st down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. And back to the air on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. Turning it on. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate from the DB helping out his QB on that one.
Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great.
Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the run, it's Young. And after the short gain, that is going to put this one in the books. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.